Okay, so he writes back, I'm just trolling, peace out. So I sent him a heart, but I wanted to talk about this and make a video about it. It's going to be random thoughts. And because I was thinking, I was like, here are two people that work together. One has very extreme views with politics, and the other is like try to be straight down the middle, because they deal with a lot of different people in the workplace, whether it's co-workers, patients, staff, blah blah blah, right? And so I know, for example, this person's beliefs and how radical they are. But, you know, for you to leave that on my post and leave a reply on my post and say that it struck something in me, it's like you poked the bear, and it's like you went a little too far, or it's like you're trying to test me, right? And even though I feel as though you should know better than that, I'm not going to say that it's okay, but I must protect myself. And the first thing I did, because I was shocked, is use profanity and say, don't fuck with me, you know better than to, you know, approach me with politics, race, religion, finances, things of that nature, right? And we have talked about things in leadership. We've talked about things in just regular workplace stuff, right? And, you know, with various different views. And the reason I wanted to talk about that is, like, how can people who just like when I went out on interview some people recently, my main thing was, how can people from total different backgrounds come together? And I used the example of, you know, one person can be from a Klan background, killing black people. The other can be from a black background, hating or killing white folks. And it's like, how do you come together when it comes time to make a decision on policies, procedures, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in the community, and things of that nature. And so, like, say for example, me and Thor, the one that left the message, the reply, it's like it would be very hard, because remember I one day, I mean, we real cool. I love Thor to death, but I do not adopt his way of thinking. Is just extreme, just totally, like, I don't care if I'm thinking about childhood, and I used to ask about somebody, why are they like this? And I remember someone else said, it's like a brick wall. You know, no matter how much you hit it and bang on it, you cannot change that wall with your hand, your fist. You're not going to get through it, right? And that's how I am, me and Thor is. And but sometimes we can come together and try to agree on things, but it's very hard with his personality, because he's, you know, just being very stubborn. And that's the one I used to always call, make jokes with and say your big fat ego and stuff like that. And then he'd come back to me with my big ego. But I would find someone else that, it depends on the topic. It depends on the situation, and what what needs to be done, whether I would go to somebody else or still try to get across what I'm thinking and believing to have them either somehow come in the middle, or how do we figure out an agreement to get something done. It's hard. It's very, very hard. Also, I wanted to I think I'm gonna leave that one there for now, unless I think of something else about that. But before I came out, I was thinking, it's like you poke the bear, like, what is Emily thinking? Because she never posts about politics or things of that nature. So you just had to try me, didn't you? Huh? You had to try me. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in there. It's like, since you don't went and poke and picked at me, and you already know I don't adapt to what I call I can't think. I'm trying to think of something else besides the curse word bullshit, right? Is what I call bullshit. But it's like, a lot of y'all views and things of that nature I don't agree with. And for you, Mr. Man, you served your time and this and that or whatever. I know some of those things that are being in your mind and in your brain, because I know you're a good person. You just to get to the extreme with certain things, and so people you're easily manipulated, because you have that personality also of needing to be seen, needing to be praised, always looking for some type of validation. You could tell that with the little toys you bring in, with the little thing, always got to have that laugh and this and that or whatever, right? Which is okay, we love you. But when it comes to things that hurt other people, and I know you don't feel good in your soul, after you served your country, there's certain things, you do feel and you do agree with certain people on those extremes. But I'm thinking of a situation, and I'm not gonna bring that up, but I know like I told you, you got to you're only going to change when you want to. It's all up to you, and for you to look into yourself. That's it. Some of that shit you don't believe, though, I know that. Oh, this is the thing that I forgot, is that just because somebody do something for you, are you supposed to give them a pass and let them try to convince you to believe how they believe? If someone is nice to you and they do things for you, say for example in this situation, I was broke down at work, Thor changed my tire, and stuff like that. And it's like, no, I still hold my ground. And they know my personality, and I use profanity a lot. So for me to use that as a comeback, they know I still love them, but I'm gonna stand up for what I believe in, if I believe in something, or definitely what I don't believe in, which is hate. And you try to say a lot of that stuff is not hate. What you've been doing and saying on your social media, just because I don't say anything doesn't mean I agree, doesn't mean I disagree. But now that you poke the bear, yes, I disagree. And I do say that I feel as though a lot of it is hate, even though you say no, it's believe in Jesus, love, and accountability, stuff like that. No, I don't believe that. I come from a total different background than you. I believe differently than you. I walk the streets differently than you. I handle people differently than you. So it's different. It's different. And my approach is different on things that we may agree or disagree on. So just because someone helped me out before or something like that, no, I still have my beliefs. I stand strong with having my own mind, my own beliefs, my own way of thinking and doing. I can't be pulled into being a puppet on a string and going home saying, now it's time for me to take myself out or take somebody else out because I'm feeling nasty and sick within inside of myself. I can't do that. I really can't. Look, I'm old as shit, right? And I agree with this younger male that was just speaking on a lot of you old folks, generation A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever generation before me is what he was saying, trying to make the younger generation look bad and that the older generation didn't know shit. And let me tell you, I felt what he said and I totally agree. That's why I don't come on here talking about you better do this and you better do that and you all fucked up in the head and you all messed up because you this and you that. Listen, I come on here and I brain dump because I do not have any answers. I can only share from what I have learned and what I'm continuing to learn. If somebody want to pick up on it and gather their own thoughts and beliefs, and get a hint of maybe go down a direction that they want to go down, and something I said may have them thinking about something. One thing I can say is always be aware of your surroundings. And as a female, I'ma say, from my experience, it's not only males to be worried about. This case here, just now, it was a female. And you watch them walk and they act like they're not looking at you, or they don't have anything going on. But, and they walk past and watch you and see how observant you are, and then you keep staring, right? You watch them, and then you'll notice their eyes come back to you. It's because they're getting ready to target you, because if they really wasn't paying you no attention, their eyes would never come to you out the side of their eye, something like that. Always be aware of your surroundings. There's no need to be paranoid. Even though nowadays it's pretty hard to not be on an extended awareness because of what's going on in the world, but just be cognizant and just aware of your surroundings, and constantly move from location to location if you have to, and when you also walking on the street, just prepare yourself. Always think, if this is going to happen, if somebody come behind me, how am I going to protect myself? How am I going to move? And what am I going to do? you know. Anyway, I'm just brain dumping today. Actually getting ready to go to another location to see if I can find some navy beans. That's really bothering me today because it's kind of funny, not funny, but makes me wonder how, of all places, Whole Foods ran out of navy beans the last time I was there. Sprouts didn't have any. I don't know about Trader Joe's. Did I check Trader Joe's? I don't know. But so now I'm gonna go to it's a place called Winco, and they get farmers market stuff, and I'm gonna go check that out and see if they have the navy beans. I did the black beans for a week at work, but they didn't do my body the same way a real navy bean, not the fake navy beans in the bag in the regular grocery stores, not the Goya and all that stuff that they say navy beans on, or they try to get you to buy the great northern beans. There's something within that navy bean, and I can tell a difference when I cook them and eat them and what they do to my body. So hopefully I find some today. I do love the internet. I do watch a lot of stuff. I do like to brain dump, but it's getting a bit frustrating now. It's getting more frustrating than anything else. It's getting more, I don't know. I was just speaking to my grandbaby FaceTime, and she started crying. There's a young person that had cancer since 3 years old, and they just passed away. I think, I'm not sure if they're 11 years old. I told her I would look up their account. There's a young girl that passed away with cancer, something with her legs today. I think her name is Zuzua is what she said, how to spell it. Zuzua. And it just hurt me to see my grandbaby crying. And they're all gonna wear the color pink for celebration. They got 2 days to wear pink. And so some of the kids out there are being affected today with this young child's passing. It sounds like she touched a lot of lives with the young adults, the children's lives, in a positive manner. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna harp on what I was talking about earlier. It's these, from the person leaving the comment on my video, it really struck a nerve, because this is how, if you're silent and if you don't speak up, people can put you into their box, you know, not knowing that just because you're silent most of the time, you don't try not to get involved with extreme politics, extreme religion, extreme financial talk, extreme where do you live, where do I live, side of the tracks type talk, So when you don't get into the extremes, when you don't treat people like other people treat them to the extremes, and for me, I just try to land in the middle of things on many different topics. And then you know, sometimes people, they know your position, like you don't bother and mess with certain things, but they will try you. They will, you know, even if you have your boundaries and you stay away, like you can't just boundaries, I've learned from psychologists and things like that, is that you can't just point your finger and say stay away from me, or point your finger and say don't do this or don't do that. To me, you are the one setting boundaries for yourself. Like, I'm not going to allow that. I'm going to get away. I'm going to say no. And because people are not going to change unless they want to, but it's none of my business whether they change or not. You know, but it just struck a nerve, and it's very annoying when people try to put you in the boxes that they want to put you in, so you can be on their side to speak and advocate for them and hoorah hoo for them on their extreme topics, whatever that might be. And I just don't play that. That annoyed me very much. But when you're ready to come and talk about together, where I don't have any solutions, you don't have any solutions, but you know, just talk it out and try to make some light of a situation without German Shepherd attacking pit bull type deal, then fine. You know, I'm good with that. I'm down with that. But don't try to be sneaky to me. All that sneaky shit and trying to pull me into your bullshit is not going to work over here, okay? Peace.